Hey everybody, we are looking at my female cherry barb that is now in my quarantine tank, and I had another little lesson driven home to me this morning. I thought I would share it with everybody, and that is when you see a fish on the floor. Now I know this may sound silly, but you should pick it up immediately. Don't go ahead and do what you were going to do for a few minutes and then come back, and I'll get to it in a few minutes. If you see a fish on the floor, pick it up immediately. You never really know how long ago it actually came out of the tank, and a minute or two might make all the difference between life or death. So this morning I came down, it was about an hour before I was getting the lights turned on in the fish room, and I saw what I thought to be a dead fish on the floor just outside of the fish room, lying on the tiles out there. It was dark, it was stuck to the floor, it was very clearly a dead fish. I was going to leave it there while my coffee finished brewing and all that. I was going to get my morning started and then come down and get the lights turned on, clean up the dead fish, and get the day started and all that. And I decided, nope, I'm going to go tend to it right now because I don't know how long ago that fish came out of the tank. And when I picked it up, it was pretty tacky. It was stuck to the floor. It was all sticky and gross feeling. And as I was picking it up, I felt its tail twitch ever so slightly, the tiniest little movement in its tail. And I tossed it right back here into the quarantine tank and went ahead and got my day started. I came back about an hour later, got the lights turned on here in the fish room, assuming I was going to have a dead fish floating around in the tank. And there she is. I honestly didn't even know what it was. She was so dark from being so dried out on the floor, and of course the lights were dim, the fish lights, the fish room wasn't even turned on yet, and I didn't know what it was. I thought it was one of these Buenos Aires tetras that had come out of the tank, but it was my cherry barb. So there you go. She is now back safely in the quarantine tank. She's going to stay in there until all of the fish come out of quarantine. She'll go back into her home, which is the tank directly above this one. And hopefully she will be okay once she's back in there. So there you go. Let that be a lesson. I know it might sound silly, but pick up a dead fish when you see it on the floor immediately. Don't go ahead and finish doing what you were doing in the other room for a few minutes. Again, that few minutes may be all the difference between life or death. So thanks for watching this one. Hope you enjoyed that. Make sure you're subscribed. You never know what you're going to get with me. Don't forget, this one here is my angelfish tank, and I will see you real soon in the next one.